Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the big ideas from important source materials. Today, we're jumping into the worldview presented in Christina von Dreien's book, The Disobedience of Love, which offers a really unique lens on what's happening in our world right now.
Okay, so let's dive right in with the absolute core idea of the book. The author says that if a person is truly, genuinely connected to love, they are basically incapable of causing harm. Why? Because the very nature of love is to protect life. This single principle, well, it's the key to understanding everything else that follows.
And right away, that brings up a huge question, doesn't it? If we, as humans, are inherently good and loving creatures, then why does our world look the way it does? Full of conflict, destruction, and pain. It's a massive paradox, and the book really sets out to answer it. So the book's explanation starts right here. It suggests that most of humanity has just lost touch with that true, compassionate nature. We're effectively sleepwalkers, just going through the motions of life without really questioning if what we're doing actually aligns with who we are deep down.
So, this is crucial. We need to understand the book's diagnosis for why things are this way. It's not just random. It's not chaos. The author argues there's a very specific system at play. To explain this system, the book introduces a really key term, on-light, which translates to on-light. Now, this isn't just another word for evil. It's described as a specific, conscious principle that is actively hostile to love and free will. It's a force that operates through manipulation and destruction. And this slide really lays out this central conflict perfectly. On one side, you have what the book calls our innate human core, love, peace, freedom. And on the other side, you have the on-light system, which completely thrives on fear, control, and manipulation. The whole argument is that the suffering in our world is a direct result of this second system just dominating the first.
So you're probably asking, where did this on-light system even come from? Well, this is where the book's explanation gets really fascinating. It describes what it calls a matrix of illusion and claims it was set up thousands of years ago by these unlight extraterrestrial beings. The claim is that human DNA was manipulated to create a kind of forgetfulness, to disconnect us from our true nature. And this matrix, which keeps humanity stuck in a cycle of fear, is supposedly maintained today by a small human elite who control all our major institutions.
So that's the diagnosis. But that brings us to our next section, the catalyst. Because according to the author, this long-standing matrix is now facing a massive disruption.
The book frames the intense, difficult things we've all been through in recent years, not just as a tragedy, but as a necessary push. These events are acting like a global alarm clock, a huge jolt to wake up the sleepwalkers and force them to finally see the bars of the cage they've been living in.
And this awakening is a journey, a process with a few steps. It starts with just remembering your core nature as a being of love. Once you do that, you can start to see through all the manipulation, the game. From there, it's about figuring out your role in this huge shift, and finally, just taking back control of your own life with real clarity and purpose.
This whole journey of awakening leads directly to the book's central solution, its main prescription for how we can heal the world.
The concept is so simple, but it's incredibly profound. The disobedience of love. It's basically a form of non-compliance. But it's not about angry protests or fighting back. It's a peaceful, firm refusal to take part in anything that causes harm, simply because doing so would go against your true, loving nature.
And the author provides a really practical game plan for this. Number 1, you awaken. Realize your true nature is love. From there, you unplug from all the fear and manipulation. Then you connect with other like-minded people, light workers, to build strength together. And then you create. You start building positive new systems for a new kind of society. And all of that culminates in the final powerful step to refuse, to lovingly, peacefully disobey any demand that causes harm.
Okay, so what's the end game here? If people actually start doing this, what happens? Well, the book presents a very specific prognosis for the future. According to this worldview, the collapse of that old unlight system isn't just a possibility. It's an inevitability. It's a done deal. The book gives several metaphysical reasons for this. First, it says the Earth's own vibrational frequency is rising. Second, that this whole battle has actually already been won on higher spiritual planes. Third, that the unlight power structure is crumbling from the inside out. And finally, that helpful extraterrestrial forces are here to support us through the transition.
But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch. While the outcome is seen as certain, the timing is not. The author makes it really clear that how fast this collapse happens depends entirely on us, on our collective consciousness, on our willingness to wake up and choose something different. So the ultimate takeaway, the big message here, is a call for a radical shift in where we put our energy. The book is essentially saying, stop wasting your time fighting a system that's already destined to fall. Instead, we should pour all of that amazing energy into building the positive, loving, free world that's waiting to replace it.
And so, this explainer leaves us with the very same question the book poses to its readers. It puts all the power and all the responsibility right in our hands. It suggests that the future isn't something that just happens to us, but something we are actively creating, together, with every single conscious choice we make.